Good day each and everyone. Good day sir, good day ma'am. I'm SPO3 Sergeant Lester Junostrata. I'm from Ordaneta City of Pangasinan. And I'm 19 years old. I was born on September 27, 2003. I was graduated in PNPA year of 2012. And I was entered the service year of 2018. And then I graduated elementary in Nangkaliran West, Nananpin Elementary School, and junior high in Ordaneta City National High School, and senior high in Pinmayupang College of Ordaneta. And then we proceed now in the presentation about the Latin prints. So you can see the two fingerprint right here. This is the plain impression, and then this is the made by fuming box Latin print. So you can see the 16 similarities of these two fingerprints. That's my fingerprint also. You can see the two fingerprints have similarities of 16 similarities. First, the core. The core is the center of the fingerprint. Like you call the center of the fingerprint like human center of the heart of fingerprint. And then next, the ridge enclosing. Second is the ridge enclosing. The ridge enclosing is divided into two form ridge to rejoin again. This is the ridge enclosing. Next is number 3, the bifurcation. Bifurcation is split. Single ridge is split into two ridges that you call bifurcation. And next, number 4, bifurcation. Number 5, bifurcation also. Number 6, bifurcation. Number 7, bifurcation. Here's the 16 similarities. Okay. 7, bifurcation. Number 8 is crossover. Interlapping, the ridge interlapping of each other. Like this. That is crossover, interlapping ridge on each other. And then next, bifurcation again, number 8. Number 9, bifurcation. Number 10, bifurcation. And the number 11 is bridge. So bridge is make adjacent of the ridge. Like a bridge in the place that you walk in and under the lake. That's the bridge. And then bridge enclosing again, and delta. Delta is the nearest at the center. This is the delta, like island, that, or maybe something. And next, bifurcation, and last but not the least is ridge enclosure. Ridge enclosure, same to the second ridge enclosure. That's our Latin print. And again, this is the plain impression and made by fuming box Latin print. So ma'am and sir, we proceed now in question and answer. Wait a minute. Let me find the questions and then we proceed now. Okay, let's begin na in question and answer. Number 1, what do you mean by epidermis ridges? For me, is this the surface of epidermis of palm and sole where the sweat pores is open. Okay, and number 2 questions. Are fingerprint made up of ridges? Yes, of course for me, because ridges is the center of attraction of our eyes. And number three question. What is furrows? For me, furrows are the depression or canals between the ridges of the fingerprint. Fourth question. What is meant by minutiae? For me, is this the small or minor details, the minutiae of daily life? For example, my life in daily, that you call or small minor. Number 5. Of what value are the minutiae of fingerprint identification? For me, the value of minutiae is also important if that is small or minor details that you can also to complete your needs or day needs. Number 6. How many layers of skin are there? There are 3 layers of skins. The first one is epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous layers that protects our skin. Number 7. What is the average thickness of skin of the palmar side of young hand? For me, the skin of the palmar side of human hand is typically 0.8 to 1.4 millimeters thick. This kind is relative thick and keratinized and is hairless and packed with sweat glands. Okay, we proceed now in 8 questions. What is poroscopy? Poroscopy deals with the study of human pores and sweat glands. This method of identification is introduced by Edmund Lockhart. Number 9. Is poroscopy a science of identification like fingerprints? Yes, because the science that deals with the study of soles of human foot for identification purposes. And question number 10. What is an ink impression? For me, ink impression is the way you put your finger in the ink. After that, you can put into a clean of sheet of paper and then you see the result of your plain impression. Next. We proceed now in number 11. Number 11 question. What is Latin print? Latin print is made in fuming box that you put your finger invisible and you can wait 30 or 1 hour to see the result of your Latin print. That is what you call Latin print. Number 12. What are the fingerprint pattern or pattern areas? The pattern area is surrounding the ridges of fingerprint. And number 13. Can palm print like a fingerprint used to establish identify? Yes, of course, because palm and finger have a fingerprint. They are the same. They are the same. Like this is the palm and this is the thumb. This thumb and this thumb and hand they have similarities. They have ridges, deltas, and core. In number 14. What is edgeoscopy? Edgeoscopy, the study of characteristic of ridge for comparison purposes. Number 15. Fingerprint comparison. What is meant by apparent dissimilarities? Dissimilarities, unlikeness, difference. There are the similarities of our outlooks. And number 16. there is a specific number of points to one must find in order to conclude a positive identification. Yes, of course, because there are counts reached to identify the fingerprint. Who own it? Like my fingerprint. Like my fingerprint. Like the people they have the rights to identify my fingerprint. And number 17. What is the basic premises of fingerprint? What is the basic premises of fingerprint? Uniqueness and persistent. The uniqueness premise that the two people have never found to have the same fingerprint. The persistence is characteristic of fingerprint do not change no matter what happened. Fingerprint of a person do not change no matter what happened. Do not change with the time, do not change with the if you want, no. Fingerprint change cannot exist. Next is number 18. Is the fingerprint identification exact science? Yes. Then why would the examiners differ in their definition? 18. Yes, of course, fingerprint into science, and any people have own opinion in all matters. Number 19. You could determine exactly the age of Latin impression. For me, I don't have any idea what is the age of Latin print, because I study and I don't see any age of Latin print. And number 20, what is Latin print transfer? It is the way you take a picture of your Latin print and then you enlarge, and so you can take a print also. After that, the result is very visible of your Latin print. 21. How is the Latin print lifting? The way the timer is done, so it means the Latin print is ready to lift. That is number 21. Number 22. What is the transfer lifting tape? Transfer lifting tape, this is the way you put the tape in the fingerprint and then move into a clean sheet of paper and then wait and then you see the result of your lifting tape transfer. Okay. Number 23. What is the method of employed in the Department of Latin Print and how do they work? Number 23. This method is create a fuming box nicely and you can put your fingerprint inside and wait 30 minutes or 1 hour to see the result of your Latin print. 24. Okay. 24. How long will a Latin print last? For me, you wait 30 minutes to 1 hour inside your background, inside your backyard or something, or what you call sun drive. Number 25. What is the meaning of smug print? Is a smug print the same as the print of no value? Yes, of course, it is the same, And number 26. Number 26. How many points of fingerprints are found in normal rolled impression? For me, 16 points for my opinion, because I study and 16 points is my experience of my rolled impression. Okay. Number 27. What is natural dissimilarities? Natural dissimilarities is unlikeness and difference of fingerprints of human or people. Number 28. What are the focal points in fingerprint of what value they are? It is the delta and core. The value is so big, it's very big, because delta and core is the point of our fingerprint. The delta is the nearest to the bifurcation, and the core is the nearest is the locate at the center of a heart of fingerprint or ridges. And then number 29. Can fingerprint be forged? There is a controversy regarding the possibility of forging fingerprint. Number 30 question. Okay, we proceed na in the last 6 questions. Okay? Number 30. You can tell in all instances that a print has been forged. There is a considerable controversy in fingerprint forge. And number 31. It is the possible that prints you find and develop are forged print. For me, none, because forge is have a controversy, like an issue in a fingerprint. And then proceed into number 32. What is ninhydrin and how does it work? You can put in the microwave and then see the results of your fingerprint. That is the method of how it does work, the ninhydrin method. Number 33. What is the scientific term of ninhydrin? Number 33. To identify the fingerprint solution of the fingerprint, how to see or identify this fingerprint you identify. Second to the last question. Question 34. What is the iodine fuming method? How it does work? For me, you put the iodine and you can see the result of your fingerprint. That's so easy. You put the iodine and then you can see the result of your fingerprint. The last question is number 35. What is sebaceous oil? Sebaceous oil is gland-produced an oily substance called sebum. Thank you. That's my 35 question and answer for today, and I hope you enjoy and you understand my all answers here, and I hope so you have learned a knowledge from me. I'm Lester Dinosratan from Nancabaliran West, Ordinate City, Pangasinan.
Good morning, Mom. My name is Piotr Gil Ramos and I'm pleased to be participating in this mock trial as an expert witness. I hold a bachelor's degree in forensic science from Harvard University and have completed specialized training in fingerprint identification over the years, and I have gained valuable experience working in the field of forensic analysis, especially focusing on fingerprint examination. Now I answer the 35 frequency asked question in my notes. Number 1. What do you mean by epidermal ridge? Epidermal ridge, also known as friction ridge, found on the surface of the skin. Number 2. Are fingerprints made up of ridge? Yes, fingerprints are made up of ridge. The ridge on the surface of our fingertips from unique patterns that are known as fingerprints. What are porous? are the raised lines patterns that from unique characteristics on the surface of the skin of the fingertips. Number 4. What is meant by minutia? A unique and distinguishing features or characteristics present the ridge and the pattern of a fingerprint. Number 5. Of what value of the minutia and the fingerprint identification? Minutia are great value in fingerprint identification and have been the cornerstone of the fingerprint analysis over the century. Number 6. How many layers of the skin are there? The skin is composed of 3 main layers. There are epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Number 7. What is average thickness of the skin on the palmar side of a young hand? Range from 1.5 to 2.5. And number 8. What is poroscopy? This is the study of human pores or sweat glands. Number 9. Is poroscopy a science of identification like fingerprint? Yes. Number 10. What is ink impression? This is obtaining a person's fingerprint using ink and paper. Number 11. What are fingerprints, pattern, and pattern areas? Fingerprint patterns are unique ridge formation found on fingers. There are 3 main types: loop, whirl, and arch. Pattern areas are a specific region within a fingerprint, including core, delta, and ridge ending. Number 12. What is latent print? These prints, typically invisible to the naked eye and are formed when sweat, oil, or the substances on the skin are transferred into a surface such as glass, metal, or paper through touch. Number 13. Number 13. Can palm prints like fingerprints used to establish identity? Yes, palm prints can be used to establish identity similar to fingerprints. Palm prints are unique to each individual and can be analyzed to identify or verify a person's identity. Number 14. What is edioscopy? Study of characteristics of the ridge edge for comparison purposes. Number 15. In fingerprint comparison, what is meant by apparent dissimilarity? In fingerprint comparison, the term apparent dissimilarity refers to the initial visual perception that 2 fingerprints are different or not matching. Number 16. These are a specific number of points one must find in order to conclude or a positive identification. The determination of positive identification often relies on the judgment and expertise of trained professionals who consider multiple factors beyond a specific number of points. Number 17. What are the basic premises of fingerprints identification? Uniqueness, persistence, individuality, classification, and permanence. Number 18. Is fingerprint identification an exact science? If yes, then why would 2 examiners differ in opinion? Fingerprint identification is often considered a highly reliable forensic science technique, but it is not exact science in the sense that it involves subjective analysis and interpretation. Fingerprint examiners rely on their expertise and experience to compare and analyze pattern, ridge, and other characteristics present in fingerprints. Number 19. Could you determine exactly the impression? No, it is not possible to determine the exact age of latent fingerprint impression. The age of a latent fingerprint refers to the duration since it was deposited on a surface, and it is generally not possible to determine this accurately. Number 20. What is latent print transfer card? A latent print transfer card, and also known as latent print backing card, is a tool used in forensic investigation to collect preserve latent fingerprints found at a crime scene. Number 21. How is latent print lifting done? It's a forensic technique used to reveal and preserve latent fingerprint left behind at a crime scene or items of evidence. Number 23. What is transfer lifting done? Transfer lifting done evidence or impression from one surface to another for further analysis or documentation. Number 23. What methods are employed in the development of Latin prints and how do they work? Powder dusting, chemical methods, and physical methods. Number 24. How will a Latin print last? The duration that a Latin fingerprint can last depends on various factors, including the surface on which it is deposited and the environmental condition to which it is exposed. Number 25. What is meant by smudge print? What is meant by smudge print? Is a smudge print the same as the fingerprint of no value? Smudge print, a fingerprint impression that's been distorted or blurred. Not all prints of no value are necessarily smudge print. Number 26. How many points of identification are found in a normal rolled impression? Relies on the uniqueness and distinct patterns present in the ridge and valleys of a person's fingerprint. Number 27. What is natural dissimilarity? Refers to inherent uniqueness and variation present in individual fingerprints even within the same person. Number 28. What are focal points in a fingerprint of what value are they? Focal points are typically classified into two main categories: ridge ending and ridge bifurcation. The value of focal points lies in their uniqueness and their ability to provide a consistent basis for fingerprint identification. Number 29. Can fingerprint be forged? No, because still there is no case on record known or have been written that forgery of fingerprints has been a complete success. Number 30. Can you tell in all instances that print has been forged? Advanced technology like UV light examination, magnifying devices, and spectroscopy can also be used in authentication process. Number 31. It is possible that the prints you found and developed are forged. Possible, although it can be quite challenging to create convincing forgeries. Number 32. What is nihydrin and how does it work? Nihydrin is a chemical compound used in analytical chemistry and forensic science to detect and visualize the presence of amino acid and protein, especially for detecting and identifying fingerprints. Number 33. What is scientific term of nihydrin? 2N2 hydroxy 1,3 and indanidone. 34. What is iodine fuming method and how does it work? Iodine fuming method of iodine fuming or iodine fuming process is a forensic technique used to visualize latent fingerprints or various surfaces. It includes the sublimation of solid iodine crystal into gas, which then reacts with the oil and sweat residues present in the fingerprint, making it visible. And lastly, what is sebaceous oil? Natural occurring only substance produced by the sebaceous gland in the skin. And these glands are found in the middle layer of the skin. Thank you.